Hello again. Now, it's all-round frustration, anxiety and panic among South Africans over the ongoing power cuts. Just yesterday, Eskom escalating rolling blackouts to stage 6. The embattled power utility says stage 6 will be in place until Friday morning, when it will downgrade to stage 5. This is having a devastating impact on service delivery, small businesses and the economy on a broader scale. Now, our reporter Nqobile Madlala is on the ground in Durban. She's been going from place to place, especially businesses, checking how they are coping with stage 6. Nqobile, good afternoon. Welcome again to today, this afternoon. I see you've moved since we last spoke to you. You are now inside a factory. What's happening there?
Well, Britain, yes, we are inside a factory. We can see a lot of work that's being done here. We do understand that this factory is a place where they basically have alcohol that is being bottled in this area. And of course, that means requires a lot of electricity. And that's why I'm going to bring in my guest here, who's also a director. Babusman, if you could perhaps explain to us, I mean, we understand that there's alcohol involved here, but how does load shedding affect the production line and alcohol?
Yeah, it does affect us a lot. As we can show you here, there's a line that runs, for instance, 750 ml bottles of spirits. We run at about 24,000 bottles per hour. So if there's interruption, that process stops altogether. We have made means as a company to get a backup generator, which also kicks in, but it's the restart process, which means we are not able to meet that 1 hour target. But our main aim really as a business, the decision we have taken is to move more to alternative energy, and we will be investing in solar energy to support our production as a much more sustainable path.
What does it mean for your cost when you have to run a generator? I mean, we know petrol has gone up and so on. What does that mean for you, for the company?
Yes, it does push what we call cost of goods and services, because we do need to procure a lot of diesel. We use diesel as a backup generation, power generation. It does come as a cost which, of course, we need to absorb, and we hope that government can work with the business sector to find much more sustainable solution to the challenge, so that we can first reduce cost of energy, but at the same time probably reduce the impact on the environment from different types of energy production that we currently have.
And I mean, looking at alternative energy that you're saying that as a business you're moving towards, isn't that going to be costly? And what sort of energy are you looking at?
Yeah, we treat it as a capital investment, so you absorb the cost at the beginning with the projection that as you reduce your electricity bill and environmental impact, there are returns over time. We think it's a correct investment that we need to make, and therefore we'll be proceeding that way. We absorb the pressure and make sure that at least our business is based on a much more environmentally sustainable source of power supply.
And in terms of impact, I mean, we do know that this is the festive season. Quite a number of people going out and buying all sorts of beverages. This is probably when you get to make more income. Does this load shedding have more impact in the alcohol business?
Yes, you are correct that it is our busiest period. As you can see, the lines are running at a maximum pace from a supply perspective. But in our relationship with especially the outlets, the taverns and all of those groupings, we do understand that there is a significant impact on especially smaller businesses in township where we need to have activation. For instance, a DJ cannot play, or lighting is not appropriate for the outlet, which limits our ability to create an appropriate drinking environment for people who prefer to drink alcohol.
If you had an opportunity to speak to the government at this point and Eskom, what would you say as a company?
Yes, I think we, as a business, we would like to see a much more clearer strategy in terms of how we get ourselves out of the difficult situation we are in now. We appreciate the pressure that is in there in terms of cost of production versus demand as well. But we think if we can pull together, businesses like ourselves are committed to probably pulling off the grid and getting to solar energy, and how much that can assist. I think a collective effort to try and address both the supply and the demand element will probably pull us out of current challenges.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. He is the director in this business, Bradan, but I think what is clearly saying there is that load shedding has more impact. I mean, he's talking about deadlines that needs to be met, and of course that derailing of those deadlines that they don't meet in time because of load shedding, and of course the impact, the cost, the financial cost with having to have the second or the alternative way of getting power to keep the production running.